Hello children and welcome to the class of Geography and I am your SST teacher Saloni Sharma. Children, today we are going to start a very interesting topic of geography. The name of the topic is water. So let us begin. Water. When you think of water, what imagine and what images come to your mind? You think of rivers, waterfall, raindrops, taps. By noon, we can say that the puddles vanish. Where does the water go? So, let's start with the water cycle. The water cycle shows the continuous movement of water within the earth and atmosphere. It is a complex system that includes many different processes. Liquid water evaporates into the water vapors, condense to form cloud and precipitation back to the earth in the form of rain and snow. Now you can just look at the picture. Evaporation of the water, then precipitation, condensation, then precipitation, then water comes to the earth in the form of rain, then again evaporation, and in this manner this water cycle is going and going. That is why it is called as the water cycle. Now let's talk about the different oceans. Students, on the earth we are having a lot of the water in the form of the ocean. We are having Pacific Ocean, we are having Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, etc. And all these oceans are having a plenty of the water. But all that water is not good and is not for drinking. On the earth's surface, we are having a very few point of the drinking water, very few percentage we are having. So let's see. Now distribution of water bodies. Ocean, if we are going to distribute the water into 100%, we can see ocean is having 97.3, that means the saline water. After that, the fresh water in the form of the different sources like ice caps, 2.0, ground water, that is fresh water, that is 0.68, freshwater lakes and inland seas, that is 0.009, salt lakes again 0.009, atmospheric water we are having 0.0019, and rivers are very few, that is 0.0001. So total is 100%. So we can say that we are having the fresh water in a very little form. In short, we can say that 1% is groundwater, which is good for human beings. 5% is 20% glacier, ice caps, etc. And 95% is the seawater, ocean. So we are having only 1% of the groundwater, which is fit for the humankind. Now let's talk about the ocean circulation. Students, ocean circulation is the large-scale movement of the water in the ocean basin. Surface circulation carries the warm upper waters from the tropics. Heat is disturbed along the way from the waters to the atmosphere. At the poles, the water is further cooled down during winter and sinks to the deep ocean, and in this way this ocean circulation is going on. You can see that. Ocean formation of the Atlantic bottom water is showing to you. I am giving the example. Oceanic water is going to evaporate, then the circulation of the ocean is going on. This water is actually going from one ocean to the other. Now let's talk about the main one of the main point over there. First is waves. Waves are created by energy passing through water, causing it to move in a circular motion. When you are playing through ball on the beach and the ball falls into the water, what's happened? It is fun to watch that how the ball gets washed back to the shore by waves. So, when the water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternately, those are called as waves. During the storm, the wind blowing at a very high speed from huge waves, this may also cause the destruction. An earthquake or volcanic eruption also going to be called as the destruction. So large tsunami even measured was 150 meters. So let's talk about the next portion, which is called as tides. Tides are very long waves that move across the ocean. They are caused by the gravitational force exerted on the earth by the moon. And to the lesser extent or the lesser extent, the sun's gravity pulls the ocean towards the moon and high tides occur. And all these are going to be in the earth is caused by its interior. Tides, the rhythmic rise and falls of the ocean-wide water twice in a day, is called as tide. Now let's talk about neap tide and spring tide. Neap tides, which also occur twice a month, happens when the sun and the moon are at the right angles to each other. This means that the high tides are a little higher and the low tides are a little lower than average. These are called spring tides, a common historical term that has nothing to do with the season of the spring. Now you can see that neap tides and spring tides. Okay, spring tides are having the new moon, lunar tide, and full moon at their side, whereas in the neap side they are having in the very vertical lines over there. Now let's talk about ocean current. Students, ocean currents are the streams of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface in a definite direction. The ocean current may be warm or cold. Generally, the warm ocean current originates near the equator and moves towards the poles. The cold current carries water from the polar or the higher latitude to tropical or lower latitudes. In short, we can say that ocean currents are the continuous directional movement of the sea water driven by gravity, wind and water density. Ocean water moves in two directions, horizontally and vertically. Horizontal movement are referred to as current, while vertical changes are called as upwelling or downwelling. Now let's talk about tsunami. You can see in the figure there is a large destruction showing to you. Now let's talk what is tsunami. Students, tsunami is a series of waves in the water bodies caused by the displacement of the large volume of the water, generally in an ocean or in a large lake. Tsunami or the horrible wave struck havoc in the ocean many times, and we are having the example of the Indian Ocean, there was a struck havoc on the Indian Ocean on the date of 26th December 2004. Now let's talk about a very interesting facts about the chapter. First of all, terrarium is an artificial enclosure for keeping small house plants. March 22 is celebrated as World Water Day. Tsunami is a Japanese word that means harbor waves, which means which are going to touch the harbor and making the destruction. A salinity in the amount of the salt in grams present in 1000 grams of water caused in the oceans. Like some of the oceans are having a very high point of saline water, like the Dead Sea over there, whereas there are some oceans where the salinity is very less. Dead Sea is an Israel has salinity or the salinity of the 45 parts per thousand. With this, your chapter is finished. I hope you understood the chapter very well. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you so much.